Well, it must be Thursday.
It is. You're at the car wash.
Hi, you guys. I'm Rick Dancer,
Renee.
and this is Coburg Road Car Wash, and this is at the car wash, where every other week we bring somebody on to tell you something new and different about your community. And if we got a surprise for you today,
It's going to be great.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna Claire, just stay right there. You're fine.
She's ready.
She's ready to go. You guys, it is, in case you didn't know it, and you're like asleep or something, and we're waking you up. It's sunny.
Come get your car washed. Great day for a car wash.
I mean, seriously, and it's supposed to be nice tomorrow.
I think so.
And
I
then
think so.
Saturday it's going to rain a little bit. So you got a couple days, but then guess what? We're open next week too.
We are every day.
And it's going to be nice next week, so then you got to
Yes.
do that. So if you guys tag 2 people in the comment section, Renee has 3 coupons to give you a free car wash. But you got to tag people in order to participate. So tag them on the site, and then we'll give them away
Yes,
in a week or so.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else we need to know about the car wash? Do you guys know this is the greenest car wash ever?
It is. It is.
They refilter, recycle, even your soap.
Even the soap. It won't hurt you if you get it on your skin. I mean, Rick walked through the car wash, and he's fine.
Yeah, well, you know, as fine as I should be. Has nothing to do with the soap. That was just my jeans. All right, Renee, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna go. We got a conversation to go in today. So the group. Morning. I'll let her introduce herself. Oh, Claire.
This is poppin'.
Look at you. So
Good
tell
morning.
them who you are.
I'm Claire Fian, and I am the Donor Relations Manager for Downtown Languages.
You guys, I have never heard of this organization. Claire called me and said, "Have you heard of this?" No. And so then she, worked me a little. And so we have a fundraiser coming up, and I'm going to be a waiter. I've always wanted to be a waiter. So how many people do you have doing this?
There are 8 celebrities who will be waiting tables at the Davis, and all of the tips for the evening will come to Downtown Languages.
So this is on the 14th of October. It's a Monday night.
It's a Monday night. It's Columbus Day.
And it starts what time?
Well, folks can call and make their reservation. So they can have an early dinner at 5 o'clock, or they can have a later dinner at 7 or 8 o'clock. They can come anytime they want with their friends and family and enjoy the celebrities serving them. And all the tips, again, will come to Downtown Languages.
Claire, can you imagine what if somebody doesn't know and they come in and all of a sudden Storm Kennedy or Rick Dancer's walking up and they're going to go, "Oh, this is what they're doing now."
Yes. Yeah, we hope that happens. We hope that folks come and are surprised, and yeah.
Weren't you in Springfield at the Head Start of Lane County Administration Building 5 or so years ago?
Yes. And about 3 years ago, moved over to the Ebert Memorial Church at 6th and C. They have this great building with classrooms. So we have classes in English and citizenship, and taking the Oregon driver's license prep for that exam.
So what do you do? So you were taking this, is it mostly Spanish-speaking people in our community, or is it any foreign language?
It's any foreign language for adults. And so we do have folks from all over the world in our adult classes. And it's true that 90% of our students are Hispanic.
So these are people who are coming to our country, and they don't know how to speak English probably well. And in order to assimilate and be part of, to understand how to do this thing in our country, if I went to Mexico, I'd be lost without
Right.
something like this. So
Right.
they come to the United States, they're in Eugene or Springfield, and this is a way they can get up to speed.
Up to speed, learning. Many folks have no English, not a word of English. So it's difficult to go to a restaurant and order off of a menu, or to grocery shop, or do anything. And they're intimidated perhaps by going to Lane Community College or the university, because they're really kind of at zero or pretty close.
Right.
So yes, they come to us, and we can start them from the get-go of how to navigate. And it's culturally appropriate, if you will. So it's not just English, but the vernacular that we're here.
So now tell me about kids. Let's go ahead and start your car, and then when you get this, I have to give you a
It's
little
started.
spin. Oh, yeah,
It's
we're
just-
in a Prius. So
It's
the
quiet.
first time I rented a car and I had an electric car and I was at the car lot and I turned it on. And I finally got out and I walked to the guy and I said, "It won't start," and he goes, "It's already going."
Right. And I have to be very careful about pedestrians and bicycles because they can't hear the car.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for kids, what do you do for for young people that come here with their parents and they don't have any English? Does that happen in the schools, or where do they go to the classes and stuff?
So we have a program called PILAS, Pilas, and it happens twice a year for 10 weeks each session, and the entire Latino family goes to school for 2 hours in the evening.
The whole family?
The entire family.
Okay, so now why, I understand, I get that. I think it sounds really good. Why is that? Why do you do it that way?
Because you're building family literacy.
So not because I've heard this happening is kids go, and now here's the thing I have to tell you. On your neutral, you kind of have to hold it over for a second and make sure it comes up on neutral. Did it? You did. She's got it. All right, we're good.
Okay, so the entire family goes to school, and they actually have to apply to this program, and they have to agree to this. So from 6 to 8 p.m., 2 nights a week, 10 weeks, the whole family goes. The littlest ones are in a classroom having childcare. They're just being cared for. The parents are in a classroom learning English. The preschoolers are in a classroom learning Spanish so that they're grounded in their native language and begin to understand language and sentence structure and all of that in their native language. Then the elementary school kids are in various classrooms getting homework help or learning art projects. The teenagers can volunteer in any classroom they want to, but the whole family's there. And then every week on the second evening, everybody, all the families come together in the gymnasium, and they'll play a game like Family Feud or something like that. So we're building community, we're building family literacy, people are learning about each other. It's really a great program.
So, I mean, I can tell, I know you haven't been there that long, but you are like really sold on this because you kind of sparkle when you talk about it.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty cool.
What is it, what does it do that's not obvious?
So we now have a wonderful video of a young woman named Fernanda. Fernanda moved here from Mexico with her husband, her mother-in-law, and their small child. They had no English at all. But Fernanda was working in accounting in Mexico in her 20s. So now she comes here, she's terrified, she doesn't speak the language, nothing. She finds the PILAS program at Downtown Languages. The whole family goes to the classes, and 4 years later, Fernanda handles our front office.
No way.
She signs people up for classes. She says, if you had told me 4 years ago that I would be here, I never would have believed you. So she has a great job, and we would have missed that talent, the skills, the spark, the warmth, because she didn't have English.
If you just pull right to where we were when we started.
Great.
And we'll keep talking for a second here. So again, tell us about, so people can know. So you guys, this is a way, if this is something you think is a good idea, this is a way you can sponsor. So you can go to dinner, you buy your dinner at the Davis, and then the tips that you give will be to the celebrity waiters. And you better tip me well, because I expect that.
and who knows what Rick will do to encourage you
that's right.
to tip him more.
So that's what you told me. That's the fun part, is we get to do things to kind of get people involved. And so yeah, never be surprised with a last name like Dancer what I might do. I mean, if you give me a good enough tip, I can table dance.
Now you know why I asked for Dancer.
I also asked her, do you guys have a piano? Because I used to sing at beauty pageants. And she goes, oh, we don't. I wish I had somebody I would do that. But I might just sing without it. Who knows?
There we go. We hope so.
And then you can tip me to either continue if you like it or to stop if you don't. I did that at a fundraiser one time. I started singing. They said, well, wait, if we pay you, will you stop? I said, you just keep putting the money in and I may, So again, it's Downtown Languages. Do you guys have a website or something?
We do. www.downtownlanguages.org, because we're a nonprofit. Go to the events tab, look at events, and you can find out all about our event on October 14th at the Davis.
So I'm thinking, if you're someone in the community who this is a real issue for you, that you think is that they could always use people help.
Yes, so there's also a page on the website to sign up to be a volunteer.
And if you're Spanish speaking, you could be a real asset to bringing people and making them feel more at home when they come to a new place, because we would all want that if we went somewhere else as well, wouldn't we?
Yes. And we also have a lot of celebrations. So at the end of the PLOS programs, at the end of the adult education programs, these folks love to celebrate. Every culture does. So they bring food from their culture and we celebrate. So when folks if you want to do that, you can contact Downtown Languages and let me know that. I'll bring you to a celebration.
All right. So you guys, again, the 14th of October, make a reservation at the Davis, and then you'll get one of the 8 of us as your waiter, waitress, and then you will then tip us, not according to how well we do, but according to how you're funding the program. And again, find out more. I can see why they hired you. You're very good at what you do. I like when people are passionate about things that they matter. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's a great time to be helping our immigrant neighbors.
All right, Claire, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, that's it for at the car wash today at 2:00. Dave Kammerer with Summit Funding is going to join me at Bangers and Brews, and we're going to talk to Alyssa McLaughlin. Alyssa McLaughlin is a woman who is self-described as Asperger's on the spectrum. She wrote a wonderful article a few years ago in the paper about Leave Me Alone, I Can't Be What You Want Me to Be, which was phenomenal. I've had her on the car wash before, but today we're going to talk to her about, she has been hired to teach a class at LCC to people on what it's like for folks who have Asperger's or are on the spectrum of autism. And if this doesn't affect you, you probably don't get that. But what a rare opportunity to have someone teaching you how to better communicate with a growing population that we have here. I'm just fascinated. I think that we actually have a class at a community college on how to communicate better with people with autism. It is about time. So you're going to find out more about that. I'm really excited to do that. So we'll talk to them, and then I don't know what else is going on, but we got a whole weekend of Oktoberfest at the Beer Stein. We've got Swallowtail Distilleries having a big party on Saturday night, and we're going to be at the Beer Garden in Junction City later on Saturday night for another party. I kind of just do a lot of parties.
Tough life.
Yeah, tough life.
Right?
All right, so we'll see you on the 14th for dinner. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, tag 2 people, and you'll get entered to win one of 3 free car washes. Got a tag.